Have you ever felt a deep sense of connection to something greater than yourself? Perhaps you've stood beneath the vast night sky and felt as though you were a part of it. Or maybe you've looked into someone's eyes and for a brief moment sensed something beyond words, a recognition, as if you were seeing yourself reflected in another. This is not just a poetic idea, it is a fundamental truth of existence. We are all one, not separate individuals, but threads woven into the same infinite fabric of reality. The belief that we are separate is an illusion, and today we're going to explore why that is, scientifically, spiritually, and practically. Most importantly, we'll discuss how you can begin to see this truth in your everyday life. The illusion of separation. For most of our lives, we have been conditioned to see ourselves as isolated beings, our own thoughts, our own experiences, our own struggles. But if we look deeper, we start to see that this sense of separation is an illusion. Think about the cells in your body. Each cell appears to be an individual entity working on its own. But in reality, they all function together to make up you. If one cell believed it was entirely independent, it would be missing the bigger picture, that it is part of a greater organism. In the same way, we humans may seem separate, but we are part of a vast, interconnected whole. Science supports this as well. In quantum physics, the phenomenon of quantum entanglement shows that two particles, no matter how far apart, can instantly affect one another. This suggests that at the most fundamental level, all things are interconnected, just different expressions of the same underlying energy. How we are all one. A spiritual perspective. Many spiritual traditions have taught for centuries that separation is an illusion. Buddhism speaks of interbeing, the idea that nothing exists independently. Hinduism describes the universe as Brahman, the ultimate reality, where all things are one. Even modern near-death experiences often include descriptions of a profound realization that we are all connected, like drops in an endless ocean. When we let go of the idea that we are separate, something magical happens. We begin to see ourselves in others. Their joys become our joys. Their struggles become our struggles. Compassion arises naturally because we understand at a deep level that harming another is the same as harming ourselves. How do you notice this in everyday life? The concept of oneness is not just a theory. It's something you can experience in your daily life. Here are a few ways to begin noticing it. 1. Pay attention to the flow of life. Everything in existence is part of a greater flow. The air you breathe was once in the lungs of another. The water you drink has traveled through countless beings before reaching you. Even your thoughts and emotions are shaped by the people and environment around you. Next time you're outside, observe the trees. Notice how they give oxygen freely, expecting nothing in return. Without them, you wouldn't exist. That same life force flows through you and everyone else. 2. Look deeply into someone's eyes. The next time you speak with someone, truly look into their eyes. Recognize that behind their experiences, fears, and desires, there is the same awareness that exists within you. If you look deeply enough, you will see yourself reflected back. 3. Feel the energy in a crowded place. If you've ever been in a large crowd, at a concert, a festival, or even just in a busy city, you may have noticed a sense of shared energy. That's because we are all connected beyond just our bodies. Try closing your eyes and sensing the collective presence of the people around you. 4. Practice loving kindness meditation. One of the simplest ways to experience oneness is through loving kindness meditation. Close your eyes and think of someone you love. Imagine sending them warmth, peace, and happiness. Now extend that same feeling to a stranger, then to someone you may have difficulty with. Eventually expand it to the entire world. As you practice, you'll begin to feel the barriers between self and other dissolve. 5. Notice synchronicities. Have you ever thought of someone just before they called or had a coincidence that felt too meaningful to be random? These moments remind us that we are all part of a vast web of consciousness. When you begin to notice them, you'll realize they happen far more often than you once believed. The shift in perspective. When you start seeing the world through the lens of unity, life changes. Conflicts seem less urgent, fear dissolves. Love becomes the natural state of being. Instead of competition, we see cooperation. Instead of judgment, we feel understanding. Instead of loneliness, we recognize that we have never truly been alone. So, as you go about your day, remember this: you are not just an individual, separate from everything else. You are the ocean in a droplet of water, a wave in the vast sea of existence. Look for the oneness in all things. It is always there, waiting for you to notice. Follow us for more content like this.